Greetings, dear listeners. Hope you're all doing well. Are werewolves ghosts? Are werewolves the earthbound spirits of former lycanthropes? Well, I present for your consideration the following email, which I received from a listener who will be known only as Clark. Clark writes, "Hi, Warren. A few years ago, I acquired a small cabin, which sits by itself at the foot of the dirt hills, near the old brick factory at Claybank. It sits by itself on a small lot, and I use it to get out of town, even though it's only 45 minutes away. Being out in the country, there is a lot of wildlife, including coyotes, antelope, and deer, but usually nothing too big. It's only me and Jake, my golden retriever, out there, but I never felt nervous or vulnerable until recently. I have security lights in front, which are triggered by motion, usually by jackrabbits. Some nights they come on a lot, but I usually ignore it. But one night they kept coming on, and I woke up to hear Jake whining, something he never does normally. I got up and found him in the kitchen area towards the rear of the cabin, slumped in a corner shivering. I had never seen him like that and tried to comfort him, but he was clearly terrified of something, of whatever was setting off the security lights. I went and peered through the window blinds, but as the security lights were out, I couldn't see anything moving at first. But squinting, I was finally able to make out a pool of greater darkness, a silhouette of a humanoid figure. And then I noticed two pinpricks of reddish light, and I realized they were eyes, the eyes of an animal. But what animal has red eyes? Just then the security light flashed on and I saw it. A huge gray wolf, not a coyote, a wolf, standing on its hind legs like a human being, and it had to be at least 7 feet tall. I saw it for a moment in the light, and then it vanished, literally vanished, right before my eyes. I waited for several minutes in fearful anticipation until the light was triggered again. It was just a jackrabbit. I waited for the light to go on a few more times, but I didn't see anything but bunnies. Then something cold and wet touched my hand, and I nearly jumped out of my skin. But it was only Jake. He'd calmed down and was back to normal, and I went back to bed. A few nights later, I went out on my front porch to enjoy a cold one and look at the stars. There's more light pollution coming from Regina now, but you can still see them pretty good. Jake was lying at my feet, but all of a sudden he gets up and begins growling, and then starts whining and takes off back into the cabin. I can't see anything in the almost total darkness. And then this huge creature rears up directly in front of me, about 30 feet away, its body bloating out the stars and the light from the city, and I realized it was the werewolfer, dogman I had seen before. And when I saw the red glowing eyes, I was certain. My guns and ammunition were safely locked up inside the cabin, so I grabbed the only weapon I had at hand, my military-strength LED flashlight. I aimed for the glowing red eyes, and what I saw almost made me drop the light. A look of intense and diabolical hatred, and then the beast licked its cruel mouth with a long black tongue, and then it was gone, and I was back in the cabin, frantically locking the doors. All this happened a week ago, and since then, no sign of the creature. But was it real? It wasn't a illusion. It wasn't an illusion. But could it have been a ghost? Although Jake certainly reacted like it was a living thing. What do you think it is? Clark. In his book, Werewolves, Elliot O'Donnell, the famous Anglo-Irish ghost hunter, claims werewolves are ghosts. O'Donnell believed that once upon a time the world was overrun with werewolves, but over the centuries they were killed off and eventually became extinct, so that nowadays we're haunted by the earthbound spirits, the disembodied spirits, the ghosts of werewolves. It's an intriguing idea. It's an intriguing idea, and one I think explains a lot of cryptid sightings. Sightings of werewolves and dogmen and Sasquatch in North America, and sightings of black panthers and black dogs in the United Kingdom. Sightings where the cryptids are clearly visible, the creatures are clearly seen, sometimes even photographed, but then to vanish, to disappear into the thin air. Maybe this is another explanation for the UFO phenomenon. Dear listeners, what do you think? Let us know in the comments. Please share your thoughts with us in the comments. And stay safe, stay subscribed, hit that bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. I'm going to try to upload as much as possible, depending on weather conditions. We're out here tonight because it is very, 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 very still. If this is your first visit to my channel, my name is Warren, and I write and tell original ghost stories and original horror stories about cryptids such as the night floaters, werewolves, and the black-eyed children. And of course, we should all, except maybe me, make like werewolves and stay hungry. I'm now going to ask the lovely and talented camera crew to give us a panorama shot of our bucolic surroundings, and I'll just step out of the frame, but before I do, full moon's a-coming, Friday night. See you then. Cheers.